to another next part of zinc oxide eugenol cement. I hope you all have already watched the previous video of part 1 of zinc oxide eugenol cement, and if you haven't watched that video yet, please do watch that video, then it will be easier for you to understand the next part. So we are starting from the properties, the mechanical properties. First of all, we will discuss about what are the mechanical properties. So first of all, the compressive strength, they are relatively weak cements. Their strength depends on what it is used for. Like cements intended for temporary purposes like temporary restoration and cementation, that is type 1 and type 3, will have a lower strength. Okay, the type 1 will be have a lower strength. Okay, here you can see the cements intended for permanent and intermediate restoration will be stronger. Okay, compressive strength therefore ranges from 5 to 55 megapascal. So lowest are the cavity liners. जो कैविटी लाइनर्स के लिए यूज़ होते हैं वो उनका कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ लोएस्ट होगा, दैट इज़ 5 मेगापास्कल. ओके, एंड द टाइप 2 दैट इज़ फॉर परमानेंट एंड इंटरमीडिएट. द परमानेंट वाला विल हैव द maximum compressive strength, that is 55 megapascal. So type 1 will have 6 to 28 and the type 2 will have 45 to 55 megapascal. Okay, the particle size affects the strength in general. The smaller the particle size, the stronger the cement. Okay, the tensile strength ranges from 0.3 to 5.3 megapascal. So here the mechanical properties, the most important is the compressive strength for type 2, that is for permanent cementation, will be the stronger than the type 1, that is for temporary cementation. It ranges from 5 to 55. Now the modulus of elasticity, it ranges from 0.22 to 0.54. GPA, this is an important property for those cements intended for the use of base. Okay, now the cavity, the one used for cavity liners will have the least compressive strength, and the one I have already discussed. Now the modulus of elasticity, that is an important for those cements intended for the bases. Now the next property is thermal property. Now the thermal properties, thermal conductivity is 3.98 calories per second per centimeter square into 10 to the power minus 4. So their thermal insulating properties are excellent. Okay, these are excellent and are approximately the same as for human dentine. So this is also very important. The thermal conductivity of ZOE is in range of insulators like cork and asbestos. Okay, now the coefficient of thermal expansion is 35 into 10 to the power minus 6 per degree Celsius. Okay, now the next property is solubility and disintegration. So this is also a very important property, the solubility and disintegration. Why this is important, we will read now. Is this the highest among cements? Okay, so this is highest among cements. So this need to be learned, that which cement is highest, which cement has the highest solubility and disintegration properties. So this is the most highest among cements. So the solubility of such cement is highest among, so that is 0.4 to 1.5% weight. They disintegrate in oral fluids. So this breakdown is due to hydrolysis of the zinc eugenol matrix to form hydroxide and eugenol. Solubility is reduced by increasing the P by. As the powder to liquid ratio is increased, the solubility and disintegration will be decreased. So the next property is film thickness. So this property is important for those cements like type 1 and type 2 used for luting of restoration. Okay, so type 1 and type 2. So the film thickness of zinc oxide eugenol cements is ISO maximum of 25 micrometer, is generally higher than other cements. So this is also higher than other cements. Now the next property is of adhesion. So they do not adhere well. If you I have also uploaded a video of glass ionomer cement. There I have already told you that that the glass ionomer cement chemically adheres with the tooth, and that is why it has got the name ionomer cement. That is they have an ionic bond with the enamel and dentine, and most of all with the enamel. So if you haven't watched that video, please also watch that video too. Now the adhesion, so there is no chemical they did not adhere well to the enamel, or they do not even adhere to the enamel also. This is one reason why they are not often used for final cementation. Okay, this is of crowns and other fixed dental prostheses. The other reasons are low strength and high solubility. Okay, now the next important property is biological properties. So the pH and effect on pulp. So first first one is the pH is 6.6 to 8.0. Okay, so they are least irritating of all the cements. I have already told this in the first part of this very topic, that it is very least irritating. So of all the cements, the pulpal response classified as mild. Okay, so they are very mild to the pulp, and bacteriostatic and obtundent, they are bacteriostatic and they inhibit the growth of bacteria and have an anodyne or soothing effect. So they are very obtundant on the pulp in the deep cavities, so and hence they reduce pain. So the most important topic that for the use of zinc oxide usinol cement is that they are mild to pulp, and also they are very least irritating. So these are important properties. Now the next topic is, here also the optical properties. The set cement is opaque. Okay, the next topic is manipulation. For this, I have already told you that they are supplied in two systems, that is powder liquid and the two paste system. So here is the powder of ZOE. This is base and temporary filling material, you can see. And now this is type 3 and class 1. Okay, first of all we will deal with the powder liquid system. So the powder to liquid ratio should be 4:1 to 6:1 by weight. Now the powder and liquid bottles are shaken to mix the ingredient well. So any medicine you take, any of the medicine like syrup, you have to like shake the bottle first. Okay, so here also you have to take the bottles and shake it well. Okay, now then the measured quantity of powder and liquid are dispensed on the cool glass slab. Okay, remember the glass should be cool. Okay, now the so here this is the powder and this is the liquid. So he has taken a bulk of powder. Okay, bulk of powder is incorporated into the liquid with the help of stainless spatula. Here is the stainless spatula. Now the a bulk of powder and liquid should be mixed well with the stainless spatula. There will be a pseudo thickening of that. Okay, now the remaining small increments is also added into the liquid, and this rapid spatulation is carried out till a homogeneous mix is formed. So this is the method. So here you can see he is making a pseudo thickening, and then the remaining powder is also added into the liquid, and there will be a homogeneous mixture. Now the two paste system, the powder will look like something like this. Okay, now here you can see this is the these are the two paste system. Okay, and this is the powder liquid, and this is the paste. Okay, so now we will deal with the two paste system. Okay, so here you can see here these are the two paste, impression paste. So these are the two paste. So he has taken it first. Okay, now he is mixing, they are combined together and mixed in a circular motion till a uniform mix is obtained. Now there is a good mixing. Okay, this is the two paste system. Now the instrument should be cleaned by oil of orange. Okay,